Okay, this a little bit too close and personal in it, so let's take it up a notch. Okay, that's it. Oh, sabawal namuthenga iwigi ngithi what lace. We don't qualify to say what lace, but it's okay. I'm just gonna, say whatever and then react to it. If like I relate, say it, then the vibe. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, it must be nice if you're doing it twice, and I'm so glad you're back like you never left. And as you can see on today's video, the title of the video is just some reflection time. So I did put up on my social media platforms and asked you guys what you learned this year, what is the one thing that you learned this year, and I did get some responses, and I really do appreciate it when you guys respond to the questions I asked, because that means you are invested in my content creation and you take my work and my craft seriously, and you want to see me win, and for that I appreciate it. If you don't follow me on my social media platforms, please do so. It's at Miss Purple Rain on Twitter, Instagram. I don't usually post on Facebook, but sometimes my Instagram posts on Facebook as well, so you can also get me on Facebook. Mosehle on Facebook. I will try and put the social media handles on the screen somewhere here or there. Depends on where my editing is at, because yeah, I'm not an editor, but we try. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you what I've learned this year, the one thing that I've learned that stood out for me this year, and then also share some of what you guys have learned this year. And this is also just this video is going to be the last video of the year, and it's also just like a token of appreciation for as long as I can't do giveaways yet. So you guys have been the ones consuming my content, sharing it, posting it, liking it, commenting, subscribing, and I really just wanted to give you guys a platform to have a say on my channel, because you guys support it and you are the viewers, you are the supporters of it. And obviously as time goes on, when you reach my 1,000 subscribers, 2,000, 3,000, I'll do like crazy giveaways, but for now, don't despise days of small beginnings. I'm just going to allow you to contribute to my content in whatever ways that I see fit, right? So please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And if you don't, I mean, so many YouTubers out there, you can just on to the next one, isn't it? Right. So I really hope this thing's not is recording, because it's not showing me the time. Maybe it's because it's not in the shooting mode. And don't mind my nails. Yeah, it's fine. So the one thing that I learned this year, there's a lot of things that I learned this year, and I actually could write a book about this year. I'm really being like honest. There's a lot of things that I learned this year, but I think if there's one thing that stood out for me this year is that it's very important to love yourself. It's very important, self-love, and I feel like every year I go through something that reminds me of how important it is to love myself, but for some reason I'm not learning it. I'm not learning the lesson, and it just keeps showing up in different ways, and I think it's just time for me to actually sit back and learn the lesson to love myself. Loving yourself can save you from so much. It can prevent certain situations from happening, and it can just save you. It can literally save you. Your wellness, your loving yourself is of the essence, and you can only love other people at the level that you love yourself. So self-love is of the essence, and yeah, that's one thing that I learned this year, that it is important to love you. It's important for me to love me, and from that I'll be able to love other people. Definitely have to get that in my head, because wow, I'm always going through things that at the end of the day I'm like, that was not me loving myself. That was not me loving myself. I need to do better. So that's one thing that I learned this year, right? So I'm gonna share what you guys said here, but I'm not obviously gonna say the names. I'm just gonna say whatever and then react to it. If like I relate, say it, then the vibes. So the first one says, not everyone that smiles at you cares about you, and that's the truth that will set you free. that is true. Not everyone that smiles at you cares about you. I guess do with that what you want, do with that what you may, but it is the truth. Not everyone that smiles about you cares about you, and it's very important to be able to discern who's for you, who's not for you. And that also helps with expectations, because if you think everyone who smiles at you cares about you, you think that they will support the things that you do, vouch for you, and then when they don't, you get surprised, you're disappointed because you expected it. And it's just important to know that not everyone likes you, not everyone who smiles at you cares about you, and it's okay. Like, people are allowed to not like you and like other people, the same way that you don't like everyone and you like some people, you know. It's allowed, it's okay. The next thing says that the next person said that people don't owe you a thing. You shouldn't feel entitled just because they are your friends. I struggled with this, I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm glad that this person replied this, but I struggled with this. I struggled to understand why, as a friend, and I've said this to so many people, like I've expressed this to so many people, but I personally don't understand why or how, as a friend of mine, you wouldn't support anything that I do. And I know that sometimes come off as entitlement, but then what is then our friendship if you're not gonna come through for me, support me, hold me up, walk with me, you know, journey this life with me in every area? So yeah, I guess I need to hear this a little bit louder, that people don't owe you a thing. You shouldn't feel entitled just because they are your friends. I struggle with this. I won't lie, I am entitled to my friends' support. Like, I really expect my friends to support me, and when they don't, I'm like shook all the time. But yeah, the next person said, set your own boundaries and principles. Very important, very important. 100% agreed. Don't live in the realms or in the trying to use big words, I don't even know how to continue the sentence, but don't live within the confinements. There we are. Don't live within the confinements of other people's boundaries and principles. Develop and set your own and live according to that, because if you're gonna try and live according to other people's principles and boundaries, they're gonna change at some point, and then you know, like, I guess the basis of this statement is that live a life that makes sense to you, live for you, and in all that you do, let your boundaries, let your principles be founded on you and what you believe, and don't try to basically be a people pleaser. Don't live according to someone else's boundaries and someone else's principles, because they might change, and then what? And also, you really can't live a life that pleases everyone. You can't try and please your mother, because one day it's not going to be enough. You're going to try and please your father, then it's not going to be enough, and then your brother, then your sister, then at the end of your life you realize that you've been living for everyone else but yourself. So I definitely agree with this one. Set your own boundaries and principles. Love it. The next person says, learning that life is a real journey. That's true. I don't think we can ever get to like the destination until the day Jesus comes back or the day we die. But yeah, life is a real journey, and it's important to also remember that no man is an island. That's my favorite saying now after my breakup. I thought my boyfriend was my island and I could stay there and settle, but apparently not. No man is an island, and life is a journey. Okay, I don't think you can ever get to a point and be like, I've arrived. Life is a journey, long-term journey, and as you grow older, as you live longer, you learn different things, and you gotta embrace it. Life is a real journey. That is the truth. Okay, another one says, angeke bayivale yonke iminyango and that's true. And sometimes the closing of one door means the opening of another, and that there's always opportunities out there. Time and chance are given to them all. That scripture is the truth. Time and chance are given to them all. Everyone gets time and everyone gets a chance for something. So don't be disheartened. If this year felt like all doors have been closed for you and nothing went good for you, the fact that you're still alive is something. To those who are still alive, there is hope, and so hold on to that truth. And the right opportunities and the right doors will present themselves for you or to you. In the meanwhile, make sure that you're preparing for that. So if you're preparing for a job and you're like me who wakes up at 12 p.m, start waking up at 8 a.m. rather. If you are believing God for a car and you don't have a license, you know what to do. So start preparing for those doors that you want to be opened, and in no time they will be opened. Another one, this, me and you are on the same level. To love myself, very important. That was my first thing, or the main thing that I learned this year. Self-love, of the essence. You've got to love yourself. You really have to. Another one, don't let people play on your head. Woo! You can tell that this comes from a place, and I'm sorry, whatever it is that made you learn this year, I'm sorry. But yeah, don't let people play on your head. I don't have much to say about this. I don't think I've experienced people playing on my head. Yeah, no, I don't think so. But this is something that I'll probably need for the future that I'm going into. Guys, I'm really loving the quality of this. What? And my hair is not doing the things. The quality of this settings, nice. Another one says, if they aren't happy for you at your smallest achievements, they will always be against you. That's true. I think that's true. I really think that's true. It's also like, and I think it's just a principle of life. One of those things that, like, when you can't, for example, this is probably me derailing, but hear me out. For example, they say, like, if you can't save with the 4,000 that you earn, you'll never be able to save with the 50,000 that you earn. Or like, if you can't give from the little that you have, you will not be able to give with much that you're given. And I think this is similar to what this person is saying, is that if people aren't happy for you at your smallest achievements, they won't be able to be happy for you at your biggest achievement. And I think that's also something that could save you a lot of hurt. When you have small achievements, share them, and you see people don't support you, make sure to not expect them to support you when it's something bigger. Yeah. And then another one, love this one. This one gives me hope for 2022 and for my life moving forth. Okay, she says that there is still love out there. Just wait, your turn is coming. Yes, ma'am, believe that with all of my heart. There is still love out there for you. Just wait, your turn is coming. Period. Another one says, you are alone in the end. First of all, I just want to say, I'm sorry if you feel that way, and I'm sorry if 2021 taught you that. But I don't feel like, I don't want to invalidate your feelings and what you learned this year, but I really hope that someone comes into your life and makes you feel that you're not alone. Yeah, I really hope that you bump into someone. It doesn't really have to be a romantic partner, whether it's a friend, or someone, a colleague, or an acquaintance. I just hope that someone comes into your life and reminds you that you are not alone. And I'm sorry that that's what you learned throughout this entire year. Another one, to love myself unconditionally. I am perfect and I don't need anyone's approval because I know I'm a bomb. Love that for you, ma'am. Definitely love yourself unconditionally. 100% agreed. Another one says, until you believe it and say it out loud, it won't happen. And that's on Proverbs 3 verse 13. Period. The power of death and life is in the tongue. You create with your tongue. Human beings, this is, whether you believe in God or not, whether you know it or not, as a human being, you're made in the image and the likeness of God. And God created things through speaking them out loud, and they were. So if you and I are made in the image of God, it applies the same to us. Whatever that I say with my mouth, it's gonna be like that. So she's definitely right. Until you believe it and say out loud, it won't happen. Another one says that being human isn't too bad. Wonder what you did all along. But it's not. Being human is definitely not bad. I mean, it's who we are. Can't be bad. Another one says no such thing as a life that's better than yours, and that's so true. I remember growing up, I really had a problem with my life. I would look at my friends, my peers, and would always somehow to be in their families, and you know, because of all the, you know, because of how things look on the surface. You know, you look at life on the surface, you look at a family from outside and you think hunky-dory, everything is great, until you start to, you know, delve within and you're like, actually there's really no such thing as a life that's better than yours. I believe that everyone is handled and dealt with what they can handle. Yes, everyone is dealt with what they can handle, and that's why sometimes, like, when someone else tells me a story about their lives, I'm like, geez, I would never be able to go through that, and they're still standing strong, able to smile every day. And that's because everyone is dealt what they can handle, and it's very true. No, there's no such thing as a life that's better than your own. True. This one says Ziaka. Ziakala Gavaj. And you know what? Valid. Ziakala. I'm not even gonna, you know what, that statement on its own, self-explanatory, is Ziakala. That's true. Yeah, Ziakala. Another one said that people don't, oh, I already said this one, already said that one. Oh, that's it. Oh my gosh, okay, but there was more than that. Thank you so much, guys, for sending through your responses. If you did not manage to respond to this question on my social media posts, and you have learned something that you want to share, please make sure that you leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let's keep the conversation going. What is the one thing that you learned in 2021? You don't know, maybe someone else can you know, learn that also. I'm a firm believer, Uguti, I don't have to go through something to learn it. Sometimes other people going through things and telling them or sharing them with me is a form of me also learning. I don't think everyone is supposed to go through everything to learn everything. Yes, there's something that I have to go through personally to learn from, and there's something that I can definitely learn from other people, and that's why community is very important. Palesa is very important, because yeah, indology. So please do leave me a comment in the comment section down below if there's something that you learned this year that stood out for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for all the likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions, all the sharing, everything that you did this year to support my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas and that you're gonna have a very new beautiful year. I wish you all of God's richest blessings, and I pray that everything goes well for you, that all things work together for your good, and that 2022 will be a better year for you. Till we meet again next year, take care and God bless, and don't forget to tell your friends and family that Miss Purple Rain is out here and we're still doing this, okay? Till next time, take care and God bless. I'm saying that for the second time, but you can never be blessed enough. Till next time, take care and God bless. Love you. Bye.